is key, and that's why it looks like this, because it's dehydrated. To complement the filling, we're gonna put avocado, aka pear, aka aguacate, what I found out in there, they call it aguacate. And then now we're gonna put a savory tomato and sunflower seed garlic sauce over it to layer, and then we're gonna seal it off with herbs, spices for decoration. So we start here, and you guys will see how it ends out. So I went ahead and actually prepped my ripe plantains. As you can see, remember what I said to you guys, texture is key. As you can see how thin they are, the texture is very thin, because in that way, proper digestion, you can chew it properly, and when you cut the pie, everything just flows properly. If I went ahead, it's not going to work out. So remember, texture is key. As you can see, the plantains are actually in. All right, we're going to go ahead and add a container. For me, when you're preparing dishes, I love to use coconut oil because it gives off that nutty flavor. But today we're using olive oil. So we're gonna add the olive oil for some lubrication over the plantains. Right here, we have our powder seasonings: turmeric, black salt, and garam masala. These spices you can find in any Indian store, any Indian store where you are, you can go and get them. When you're doing live food, I will salt, or just use black salt because it gives the food a black salt is the way. And if you put black salt on avocado, it will taste just like. Give it a try. All right, we're going to add our powder seasoning. We have the garam masala. We're gonna add our turmeric powder. Remember now, before the plantain was blank, and now we're adding the seasoning to it. We're gonna change the color. So give it a look. So as you can see, slowly but spread all those ingredients around the plantain, and we're gonna take this plantain to the next. We're gonna go for herbs to bring in some greenness. I love to add colors to my dish. And we have red. So everywhere you go, Rasta color there. You can't say Ital and you put Rasta and the colors in the thing. You have to have the colors. Yes. And remember, people, less is best. It's perfect when you use less, because you don't want to over your dishes. You don't want to overkill the flavor. You want everything in the meal to have their own experience. Do after we add in these herbs, we're just gonna give it a little turn and look at that. See, very colorful already. We're gonna go ahead and prep our green bell pepper, yellow ones, and some tomato. So remember, I said before, texture is key. And with these bell peppers, we're gonna cut them very thin to get that thin texture, because we don't want to, when we're eating this savory, juicy pie, we're going to have any difficulties in swallowing. So we're adding the yellow. We're gonna add in the green, and then we're gonna go for the red after this. Yes, you can smell it, don't you? Ingredients are just smelling up the air right now. Juices from the tomato. All right, then we get to the red bell pepper. And then after we add in the bell peppers and the herbs, we're gonna add in our onions. You don't want to overkill with onions because you don't want to have onion bread. You don't know that wouldn't be next. So we go for one slice of onions because I know everybody in the audience is going to need a slice of this by when I'm finished. I don't want nobody to go around I tell Chris with onion bread and then say, oh yeah, oh I got to eat. Alright? So we're not overkill, we're just gonna use a little to add a little profile of onions to this dish. So I'm just gonna use all of it. I'll just leave this right here. And then after we do that, it's time to spin oil, and we're just gonna spin all in.
All raw food, remember that.
So look at that. Look at this color profile. Look how amazing this looks. So juicy, succulent, vitality, life. And the reason why I choose plantains is because plantains are very sweet. We can get them anywhere in the country, anywhere we are, we can get plantains. Instead of using mushrooms, where sometimes people cannot get mushrooms. As Rastas, we grow our own food. So you know, it's in the backyard, every backyard in Jamaica have a plant tree. So it's simple. Plantains, now you know how to spice ripe plantains without frying it or boiling it. Okay? So look at that. Very colorful. So we're going this plantain. So the plant is actually for the first layer of filling for the plant. As you can see. Yes. If I add ackee, if I was using ackee, I would have used my food processor to process down the ackee. So it brings down the texture of the ackee. And believe me, the ackee will be raw. All right, so what we're going to do right now, we're going to actually slightly press. We're going to press all of these plantains down to make this pie very firm, as you can see. And dishes like these are very easy to prepare for the kids because all the look at that. Look at that. I can lean this. All the colors. You see the red, you see the green, you see the yellow. You see, look at that. Even if I tilt it like this, it's still firm. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure your pie filling is so firm. So when I do this right now, I'm just going to add the avocados on top. So the technique that I'm going to do with the avocados is called the fan technique. You guys gonna see how I cut the avocado and then on it. And when I'm finished, it's gonna stay locked on it and have this fun artistic look. Then after that, make our own savory sauce that I made, and I'm gonna show you guys how you can make it. We're gonna add it over it for a nice layer to hold the whole pie, and then we're gonna add our toppings. So let's stay.
Smells real good.
Yeah.
I hear you mention taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, real life food, Chef Whiter. And avocado is, so when avocado is out, you can,
When avocado is not in season, what you can do is you could use the ackee as the bottom layer, or mushrooms, or nut meats. You have the almond nut meat or your walnut meat. Use it for the base, and then you could use the plantains on the top layer. Or better yet, if you don't want to use any layer, you could just go straight in ackee all the way, or mushroom all the way, and then use your sauce as your top layer. When you do that, you can actually put it in the fridge for it to sit for a while. The amazing thing with raw is the more you leave the food for the ingredients and the herbs to marinate in the food, is the most flavorful it will be. I promise you. You put it the next day, the flavors are going to be top notch. Yeah, yeah.
all right. So this one not gonna get to marinate.
Yeah. So what we're doing right here, we're splitting this avocado in two phases. To do the fan technique, going to actually peel off the layer of the avocado. Please, I urge you, get a firm avocado. I really urge you. If you get like a soft one, it's going to flop your show, you know? Yes. It's not going to be very funny with a nice look. So, yeah. All right. So, before I said we're going to do like a fan technique, this is what I was talking about. Just like that. And when you do this, you add avocado around the other areas of the pie to just make it more artistic. So we're actually stacking it on the pie. As you can see, it holds, right? All that oil, natural fats, moisture, everything holds on to each other. The beauty with food. Once you add all the ingredients and combine things, you can create amazing dishes like that. All right? So we're going to finish the pie. Get another avocado. Split it down the middle. Give it a little twist. And then we just peel off parts off of it. Who is in the crowd who is allergic to avocado? Oh my gosh. Anybody here allergic to mushrooms? Alright. So that means it's a good thing I didn't use mushrooms. Is that? Alright. So we're going to put on the final layer of avocado on top. And I'm going to bring it closer to you guys so you can see the beauty. The reason why I go in the middle is because I want to use my knife and then flatten it so it can have that slope at the top, and then it just follows through on the edges. All right. All right, look at this. Look at that. It's all locked in, nothing put in the oven, all natural. Look at that. So colorful. And now, because we add all the fillings onto this dish, we're going to actually top it off with our toppings. All right, for it to be more creative.
Oh, I thought I was ready to eat.
Top crust. Repeat what you said? A top crust? Yeah, man, we're going to add our top layer, which is going to be my tomato sauce and my sunflower seed garlic sauce combined together to make a nice, tiny, sweet. Yeah, we're going to spread it on top. So, yeah, man, we're going to do that. That's what you do, right? Alright, yeah, man. Alright, so we're going to add in on the sauce now. So, this tomato sauce was made from dates, tomatoes, parsley, onions, scotch bonnet pepper. You have a turmeric, garam masala, and your black salt. So this sauce now you can put on if you're doing jerk, grilled veggies. You can use this sauce on your grilled veggies. If you don't into tomato, you could use this as a tomato sauce. Right? Yeah.
That sounds good.
Then we're going to go in our sunflower seed garlic sauce. We're gonna add that on. Then now we're going to combine everything. Look at that. Yeah, just like that. And then we're gonna add this on top of the pan. We don't want to overkill the pie with the sauce because we want the artistic, creative, and visuals of the avocado to be shown. So we're going to kind of give it a light glaze. And it's funny how this pie matches my chef jacket. Yeah. It wasn't planned, it was just organic. Alright, look at that. Look how creative that is. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So we're going for our red, yellow, and green. Yes, and then the tomato. We're going to decorate this amazing avocado and spice plantain pie. Alright, so we are tomatoes right around the then we're going to go in with the bell peppers.
Continue shoot. Continue shoot. Continue shoot. Continue.
You know this all know the partner go. You know this all know the partner go on fire. Alright. Anybody have any question? Go ahead. When you eating? How much did that pie cost?
Oh, that looks fire.
Priceless.
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 Look at
I
that.
thought the festival prioritizing on people. How they are going look after from items. No stove, no
Look at that.
raw food. Modern people call it vegan, but the Jamaican know it's not.
That's nice and easy cut. And then we're gonna make our first cut so you guys can see the different levels.
Oh, I smell it.
Clean your lens. Clean your
Oh, that's what it looks like. You always do that.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna cut.
Oh, actually, it doesn't be ultra wide on Instagram.
So in my hand, I have the mic and I have a pen. No fork. Huh? Yeah, like, well, chef gonna cut him, man, but the good thing about it, I mean, everything as I mentioned, natural, and I like how his passion while doing it. You know what I mean? Just flowing, you know. So he himself is in the meal. The good thing about a vegan or a raw food chef is in it. It's holistic. Yeah.
It smells like really good.
As you can see, every layer, you can see the cut, you can see the avocado. You can see all the cut from the avocado, you can see the plantains, you can see the crust, you can see all the creativity, the juices, natural. You can smell it, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Meals like these are very easy. This is spiritual food. Spiritual.
Can we try it? I want to try it.
And there you have it, people.
I'll take it. I'll take the plate.
And there you have it, people. My presentation of an avocado spice ripe plantain savory pie. A pie like this, is a very good way to introduce creativity, flavors, and a next level of food presentation to the family, to friends. You can follow me on Instagram as Chef Vita. My business Vital 876 on Instagram, Vital Juice Bar. We're in Ocho Rios. We serve vegan food every day, even today. So while I'm here, food is served. If you want to do any experience pertaining to want to learn how to prepare dishes like these, I also do a river cooking experience where I will take you in nature. You get 4-course vegan meal, raw and cooked. You get a demonstration, you get to relax in the river, be connected with nature and food because it's a connection. When you eat like this, you're reconnected to nature. And that's why preparing meals like this is a passion for me. And I hope you guys are inspired by me doing like this. Follow me on Instagram for more. And if you have any... Oh, yeah.
Right, so what are we going to do? Who know eating me anymore? Oh, 5 ingredients. First, we'll give the first 5 ingredients. First 5, avocado, ripe plantain, tomato, bell peppers, on 4, onion and 5. All right, this is really good.
That's massive. step one, primary seed.
Alright, so you go to here, somebody ingredients and try and make your own. Good. Alright, one more person?
Alright, so that's one. What's huh? Question? What's the next question? I give you a simple question. No question? No question, pass on the phone. Question. Alright, so who put up our hand first? Which one? Okay, what's Today's and dates? Okay. You sure? Dates mean today, dates are okay. Okay, cool. Alright, so this lady. Alright, so Chef Vita, mention your Instagram again, persons asking.
Okay, so you can follow me at chef_VITA_, but from me type in chef_VITA, you will see me come up. And my number is 816-2193. You can reach out to me once you want to do an experience, once you want to learn more about preparing dishes like these. Once you reach out to me, show you and make it. Okay?
Children under 12 came, so you don't have to ask. I'm going to give you a plate, alright? Alright, give me a plate for the children. Alright, give me one more plate for the children. Let us share. I think there's a family right here.
In the meantime, while Chef Vita is having his fan club here over his raw pie, I'm going to go ahead and for the next speakers, I'm going to call up the Save Soil Jamaica movement. Whoever here, Save Soil Jamaica. Do you know that the soil is the life of the earth and you are made from soil? Do you know that dirt is dead soil? Do you know one handful of soil has more microorganisms than all life on earth? So the health of the food is in the health of the soil. So the Save Soil Proliferation Group Jamaica is a movement. It's moving the current as a currency in the new age where soil is currency to the soul. Did you know that 95% of our food comes from the soil? 95% of antibiotics come from the soil. Not dirty, no. Dirt is different than soil. The soil is linked to the soul, S-O-U-L. And when you walk barefoot, the sole of your feet is also linked to your soul. So, we live in 2.5 feet of topsoil. Reflect on these facts. What will you do to prevent soil extinction in Jamaica and save souls? Join the Save Soil Jamaica movement. Advocate, educate, and elevate with Sister Denise Isis Miller, Kathy Lennon, the organic farmer, Dr. Ajamu, and Dr. Cheryl. Jump to the stage, please. Save Soil Jamaica. Chef Vita, big up yourself. Everyone here, big up yourself. Everyone should share, okay? Share the food. Share the raw pie. Everyone should get a little taste, right? Right? Yes. Plate over this side too. We have to share. Thank you so much. Thank you. Save Soil Jamaica, Denise Isis Miller, Sister Kat. Okay. From the Picky Head Farm. Yeah. All right. Greeting. Aital. You have to plant first. Good evening. My name is Kathy Lennon. I'm coming from the ganja space and now I'm in the soil space. And it's all item. All of it is item. Save Soil. Save Soil is a movement that was built by a brother from India, Dr. Sadhu. It's a movement that is across the world. We have many countries and we have colors that we use. We need to save the soil. We're having a big across the world with our soil. And if we don't have good soil, we can't have good food. You see, everybody's locked on the food. But remember, it comes from the soil. So come over here to come talk about the soil now. We need to save the soil. We have too much chemical in our soil. And because of that, we don't have any bees. Look outside. Go outside the perimeter here. You don't see a bees or a butterfly because we're using too much chemical. Saving our soil for us to get dense, rich food. Dirt is different from soil. So the topic I was speaking about today was dirt versus soil. So I'm going to make it very quick because time is against us. Dirt is just dirt. It's just soil is fertile. It has a web. It has and I'm not the scientist, I'm the farmer. So it has all of the critters and all of the worms and the earthworms and all of them work together, eat each other, and after eating each other, all of those stuff comes out. It's bacteria. You get fungi. Mix all that in, you get a fertile soil. Our soil at home, we can do more with a small piece of fertile soil than a big plantation. Simply because we can produce more healthy food, it is a better environment and a better space to have around the house. So what we are advocating at Save Soil is to use the space you have to produce the food you want. Because the food can only the food can only be good if the soil is good. If the soil is not good, the food cannot be good. Right now we are having an issue across the world where Ukraine is having a war. They have some of the richest soil and they produce enough wheat. Then Africa and other countries who depend on these wheat and byproduct, we're going to have shortage. In Jamaica we don't have such a rich soil. What we have is the microclimate. Our climate is awesome. So imagine if we spend more time building our soil with the microclimate we have. Everything nice out there. Everything nice. Everything. So for the ginger industry that we're having issues with is because of the soil. For most of the disease that we have is the soil because we're not taking care of the soil. So all of these diseases coming into the soil and it's going into the food. A couple hours ago I saw some publication about baby food having lead. It still comes from the farmers. The arsenic in the soil is so high. So what we want to do, quick thing. I'm going to tell you how you can start to build your soil. Do a compost of leaf, like a dry leaves, green grass, because green grass, everybody cut them nice fancy on. Call it that grass, call it the dry leaves. Use 50% dry, 50% dry is the formula, the green nitrogen and whatever. Put that together, put all your scraps inside that compost except meat or oil. Don't put no meat, no oil anywhere, in your compost. Just 50%. So if you have a bucket, let's start Jamaican talk. You have a 5-gallon bucket. 5 gallon of green grass, 5 gallon of trash, dry trash. I want a small bucket of the peelings, the vegetables, the scraps, all the scraps. Keep turning every day for or every other day for a month. And you can keep adding your coffee grounds to it. Adding your mushroom. You have some mushroom, psychedelic or edible mushrooms. And you see them all over the place. Put them in your compost. Walk and pick them up. Use a little bag up. I don't know which is poisonous. And put them inside your compost. Mix that around, and after mixing that around for quite a few months, then you have soil. You can add eggshell to it, but I would advise you to powder the eggshell because eggshell takes so long to break down. It's got calcium, and if you want to break it, powder the eggshell, organic vinegar to it, give it 4 or 5 days, and then add it to your compost, right? So you have good soil now. After you have the good soil, you don't really have to use all of your compost either. You can mix it with some water, put one of them air pumps in it, and make a compost tea. And it spread much wider than the compost itself. So you have the compost, so you have out of that 5-gallon bucket to get half. Use half of that with some regular soil to get your pot going. And you plant your 5 ganja tree, which is or you plant whatever you like. There is a lot of vegetable that we have in North America and other places that we don't have in Jamaica. And you wonder why we can't grow nipper cabbage in Jamaica, why we can't grow choy some. You know, especially the foreign people who come back home or, diaspora people. You can do it, if you just do it at certain time of the year, like now it's full of certain vegetables. And you can do it because you have compost. You understand? You build your own compost. And then you have all of that goodness. And when you finish the soil, one of the ways you can test it is just lift up with your hand and you hold it, and it still stay in your hand. It don't crumble. That's a good compost. And when you smell it smells so nice and earthy, you almost want to eat it. So Safe Soil Jamaica has been moving around the island. So to wrap up, we're going to tell you what we're doing. We have 2 projects. We go on other people's farms, do a demonstration how to help this farmer come out to save the soil. So we teach them how to use stuff for bugs. You have to deal with the bugs then too. That's the pest. You have to deal how to deal with the soil. To plots by plots. We do like 1 plot is just conventional chemical. Then we do organic safe soil side. And then when the farmers see that this tomato look better than that tomato, then he will want to know more. And then Picky Head Farms now. Picky Head Farm is a farm that is in K.P.T country, and we do pineapples. When we just start the pineapples, we have like 10 acres of pineapples. When we just do pineapples, we couldn't get any safe food pineapples because we have to sell it. So yes, I will be out there for any questions and numbers. So what we did when we were selling the pineapples, we couldn't get no safe for the pineapples because our pineapple is a little bit more safe, expensive. Because what an organic farm does is that we have to actually physically move the soil and remove the grass from it. When other farmers just spray and 2 weeks time everything dry up, we can't do that. So what Safe Soil has been doing is going around. So Picky Head Farm was one of the places that we went. We made other places. The other project we are doing now is carrying workshops to the schools. So in the deeper than a compound town, I have another farm which is in the jungle. It's called K.P.T Country Food Forest.com. You can go there, we're doing a newsletter, you can go there, put in your information, and we can interact. At the K.P.T Food Forest, we are using Web 3.0 blockchain technology. For us, we have some lots. So we have small lot. We grow the small lot, like we have a sister who have cancer. The first presenter, she has special needs. I farm for you, my sister. So you need just pure broccoli, you need just ginger, you need certain things. We do that farming for you. So what you do, you come here, you choose the plot. Whatever is on that little plot that you pay for or subscribe to, then everything there is there. You can come and reap it, or we can reap it and let it get to you. We work out the arrangement. But how do you partner with people like Safe Soil and people like K.P.T Country Food Forest or Picky Head Farm? We are tokenizing our farms. Tokenization through real world assets. So the blockchain thing, no matter how you look at Web 3.0 and the blockchain Thank you.
Greatness. Woo!
Ajama is next. Ajama. Am I introduce you, sir?
I can't borrow my lighter, I'm not getting a sample, you know.
Thank you. Am I introduce next? Part of Safe Soil. This brother is dynamic. He's going to speak to you on permaculture of Safe Soil.
Tea and pastry.
Short and sweet.
That would be nice.
Well, I love to say that I'm a man of very few words, but sometimes to tell the truth, a trick not trick me. Right now, from the start of this reasoning, when I say ITAL is vital, but where ITAL come from? When I talk about itality, when I have to say itality is liberation, because it's about beyond food. We live in the Caribbean, and one of the things that we do is mimic the colonizer in terms of the development that them cover them development plan through them International Monetary Fund, them World Bank, them World Trade Organization, and them give a blueprint and say, this is how we must develop food in the country. But right under our nose, we have itality as a body of ideas that can be used for economic, social, cultural, and political development. And it includes saving soil. But if we're going to come around and say ITAL is bigger than food. ITAL has many, many components. So itality is what we should be vibing on. And not just look only on food and say, yeah, we eat food and we're good and I put on a performance. We're talking about how we're going to work to liberate society and how we can use itality as that body, as a body of ideas. ITAL food is a part of it, and we'll talk about that. Saving soil is a part of that, because a part of ITAL farming. ITAL liberty was given to us by Rastafari, right here in Jamaica and spread across the world. When you see non-Africans are attracted to Rastafari, it's because of ITAL liberty, not just ITAL, because ITAL liberty has many components. But before we even point to the components that can be used for economic and social development, for liberation from capitalist oppression, patriarchal oppression, racist oppression, we're going to talk about the values. Anything that we do, if we don't have values, we're playing around with ourselves. And some people like play with themselves because it's very pleasurable, but it's self-indulgent and it's wasteful when we're talking about liberation. There's 6 values that I'm going to identify as part of itality. One is the immanence of Jah, the creator. When we talk about immanence, we're saying that God, the creator, is active in human history and is on the side of the oppressed. And many people say African people are very spiritual, very religious. So if your God is on your side and your God is active in history, in human society, on the side of the oppressed, I guess no say, boy, no safe, because now have a very protective force. When we look at all traditional African religions, even if we just look at the syncretic religions that we create as Africans in the Caribbean, revivalism here in Jamaica, Mayalism that predated revivalism and kind of inner revivalism today after 1861 and 1860. Voodoo, that many are going to fear. Voodoo also believe in the supreme God. There's one supreme God and you have many where we're saying lower deities. They're not gods, but they're helpers of God. It's similar to the Catholic religion where you have the God and you have the saints. Many people reason with the saints instead of going directly to God. Because God is a little bit more divorced from human affairs. But the saints, or if we talk about the Orisha, when we say, boy, Obatala, you want certain thing, go to Obatala. If you want certain thing, and you are part of the Ifa tradition from Nigeria, among the Yoruba, you may go to Oshun, you may say, you know what, I'm going to battle now more Ogun from my side, because I'm a god of war and metal, and you want Ogun on your side. But whenever God is immanent, God is on your side. So we need that. Since Africans believe, whether you believe in God or not, if God is on your side, on the side of the oppressed, that's a good thing. That's a part of itality. Another value that you have in itality is question of self-reliance. Rastafari always push that. We need to live on our own vine and fig tree. We need to take care of ourselves, self and others. So self-reliance is very important, because if we are doing self-reliance and we are worried about war in Ukraine or Russian imperialism gone in Ukraine, the price of wheat may go, or the price of fertilizer going up. And that's why when we talk about ITAL farming, we don't have to deal with synthetic chemicals in food production. We don't have to worry about that because we're going to follow this. But self-reliance is a very, very important thing. In the 1970s, when Michael Manley was saying pushing self-reliance, Michael Manley got self-reliance from somewhere, got that from Rastafari. So self-reliance as a value can be used for economic and social development. When we talk about self-reliance, here in Jamaica, we're purchasing nearly $1 billion worth of imported food. And according to Adam Stewart from the set of pirates in the hotel industry, because if you're a capitalist, you're a pirate. So if I call a guy a pirate, then I'll come and say, why you call this person a pirate? If you're a capitalist, you're a pirate. Capitalism brought Africans into slavery. Not racism. Racism was used as a justification. And capitalism is still with us. So how comes we now focus on capitalism?
Them a pirate.
So self-reliance is a very important part of the value of Rastafari. Another value that's very important is the value of autonomy and self-government. You notice in Rastafari is a spiritual social movement. You don't have the guys who are like Metapoop or Rastafari. There's no head guy over it. So within yourself, Jah is within. That's when we talk about the I and I consciousness, that Jah is within. So you don't need to go to a priest or another guy for instruction. If you sight of Rastafari, you can govern yourself. So self-government is very, very important. Self-government and autonomy. And for people, African people who experienced enslavement, self-government is very, very important. Another critical value of ITAL liberty is the value of community and the collective. Many of you probably hear this song or people talking about Ubuntu from among the Zulus and South Africa. This idea that I am because you are, and because you are, therefore I am. So my identity as an individual is bound up in the community. So Rastafari talk about I and I, people think, say, oh, we're thinking of the liberal capitalist Western notion of say, to talk about I talk about me, myself, and I. And Rastafari said, I and I, they deal with a collective. So my well-being is very much dependent on you as much as your well-being is dependent on me. You realize it was established. It was established as a community. That's what we see, collectivity going on. One of the weaknesses that we're seeing in Jamaican society, and it was why like in the 70s or the 80s, they said, boy, how it comes to individualistic. Individualism can't work for me. We never end the enslavement. And I will never force any enslavement, It's we as Africans, because it's not an accident that when you had the 1831 rebellion in Jamaica, the Emancipation Rebellion, it led to British imperialism saying, you know what, we don't want an next Haiti, we're going to end the enslavement from above. Not in Haiti, we're going to end enslavement from below. So immediately, remember the rebellion ended in 1832, and by 1833 they had an act in British Parliament to end the enslavement. It's because of what we did, and we did it collectively. So, those critical values are very, very important when we talk about ITAL liberty and how to move forward. And then when we start to look at the elements of ITAL liberty, we see how critical ITAL liberty is to a new development discourse. We don't have to go abroad to IMF. We don't have to get Western consultants to come and show us how we can build this country. The food culture that we were talking about in terms of ITAL liberty, the sister we were talking about health benefits of plant-based diet is very, very important. Here in the Caribbean, over 80% of the diseases that we have are lifestyle diseases. They call it a nice term, non-communicable diseases. That's what they call it. But a lifestyle disease, it's what we're putting in our body and how active we are. Many of us can't afford food in Jamaica, but yet you go in the yard and we see empty yard, uncultivated spaces. Who do we expect to feed us? ITAL can offer us development options. When we talk about ITAL farming without pesticide. When I hear Jamaican small farmers are beg the capitalist neo-colonial state in Jamaica, please help with fertilizer. And I say, what the hell is this? Because I mean not the worst about that. because we're using ITAL method. No chemical, no chemical fertilizer, no pesticide, no herbicide. Can you notice? You may pass a year of them a farm in the morning and pull it away. And you pass in the afternoon. And you realize that you what is this?
Wrap it up. It's on ready to wrap it up. 2 more minutes.
No. We're gonna finish off this thing.
Turn on the mic, brother. Wrap it up, brother, please.
Let's see.
Wrap it up. Yeah, go on, wrap it up.
That's it. Listen, what we are saying is that don't isolate itality to just a food culture, because we have something that we can use for emancipation. Huh? Yeah, but if it's on, we can respond. Okay, go and do your work, because you see right now we have access to information more than any other generation. But the enemy is not afraid to put information out there because they know that we're not going to go on the internet and look for it. But if we hear say celebrity A, a Zoom celebrity B, we jump and we are searching information about who has Zoom who. Not about information that's out there that we can use for liberation. You see that the imperialist countries, when they have protests, you see them turn off the internet. Because they know that even though you have the imperialist countries in North America and Europe, information are washed in information for liberation, but the people will not read. The enemy don't fear that. So use information that's out there for our own liberation, and I tell it goes beyond food. We can move forward with this thing.
Thank you so much. Relevant information. Sorry about that with the mic. It was a technical difficulty. It wasn't on purpose.
Okay, give thanks.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, brother. Important information. So we want to give away. We have giveaways. You know what is going on. ITAL is vital. That's to be given away. Questions giveaway or Pretty Looks giveaway or Jamaican or overseas giveaway.
Alright, so the question is, you know we have chefs featuring different chefs today, right? We have about 4 chefs, right chef? But I'm not going to give you a clue. The first person to come to the stage and name 3 of the chefs who are going to be featuring today will get a box of basically storage courtesy of Singer. The first person. Go ahead.
Check. Alright, now you hear me? I don't know this man, this is a safe try. Follow this man.
3, what's 1?
About Aris Latham?
Dr. Aris
Dr.
Latham.
Aris Latham. Yes, Dr. Aris Latham. And I go Vita Garner, can name Vita?
Yes, any 3 chefs.
Alright, Vita, yeah man, Vita,
Alright,
Vita, say Vita, yeah.
Alright, so the 3 of the chefs that are being featured today, is Dr. Aris Latham, Chef Troy Levy, and of course, Vita. No, that was a male. We have some more questions, right? No. It's 4 of them, but we said they gave 3. Now, we have Chef Troy gearing up, but I think we're going to have some more Chef Troy, right? Now we have another package is food containers courtesy of Singer. Now name me 4 sponsors. The first person to name 4 sponsors. 4 sponsors. 4 sponsors. Come on, beautiful lady. Come on.
Sunfire, Singer, Saldana, the chip company that plant chip people themselves.
Is she right? We never know nothing about she right. Alright, give it up. Courtesy of Singer. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna give away the next 2 later, okay? So now we're gonna introduce to you a mindful practitioner. Let me see now. Kevin Wallen, he's always on the mental path of teaching you how to be mindful. And he's here today at ITAL spiritual food fest to share with us the link between food, mind, body, and spirit. So let's hear it for Kevin Wallen.
Greetings. Greetings. Steve. So today what it is that I want to do with the time that I have is I want to kind of get you to a different space. So just for a moment, you're thinking about all the different things that are going to happen tonight, but just for a moment, just take a couple of deep breaths and just be present right here in this moment. Just take a couple of deep breaths and just be here for a minute. I know there's a lot going on and there's a lot to think about and there's a lot to come. But just for this moment right now, I just want you to be present. See, I know that we're here. What it is that I want you to do with this moment is to just ensure that the exchange that we have is not about the words that come out of my mouth, but what it is that it does to you and what comes out of you as a result of just being in this space and being present in this space. Because I want for time we get with everything that's going on in the world that we forget to be just present and just be right now in this space. We're with people that we haven't been with in a long time because of some craziness that went on in the world, but we're so preoccupied with all kinds of other things that we don't realize how magical or miraculous it is for us to gather like this after what the world went through just moments ago. We already take it for granted that once upon a time we couldn't gather like this. So in this moment, just for now, ensure that you get everything that you can get out of ITAL Fest by just being present. Recognizing not that, let's forget about the things that are not here, but just be present to the in the space. The kids that are running around, just the fresh air that we breathe, the ocean is right there. We're in heaven right now as we speak. But a lot of us are preoccupied with what should have, could have, might have, and we're so far gone from being present. So right now, today, in this, let this be a great joy for all of us, because what? It's not about all the things that are not here. It's about what's present in the space right now. If I should ask us to come up with 5 words that describe the world we see, how it is that we see the world right now. How do we see our partner? How do we see government? How do we see police? How do we see the things that are most important in our world? How do we see it? What are the words that would come out of your mouth? I guarantee you that the first words that would come out of your mouth would be negative words. Corruption and thief and lie. All kind of negative words would come out if it is that you were to be true to what it is that we are experiencing right now as a people. If we were to be true to what we are feeling, most of us, it's nothing but negative that would come out of our mouth to describe our world. And if that is how it is that all of us are right now, if that is how we are seeing it right now, how could we create anything other than what the world looks like right now? We are creating this craziness by not recognizing that we are creating it. We absorb these crazy things and we put them back out there. We listen to all these negative words and we put them back out there. And we do it as though it is absolutely nothing. And we are not mindful about our steps and what it is that we are doing as individuals to make our world look the way that it does. We can shift everything that's going on right now back into the right order if we choose. But it's difficult to choose. It is difficult to choose because you've been programmed to welcome and to just respond to anything that comes your way. And so just for this moment, in this moment today while with your ITAL test, just be present. Just be present to the idea that the reason why the world looks the way that it does is because you are concerned about what's going on in Israel, but you're having difficulties with your neighbor. And you refuse to go across the street and meet a new neighbor. And when someone is in need, unless you can see what it is that you can get out of it, you don't stretch a hand. The world look the way that it does, not because of everything that's going on in the far regions of the world. The world look the way that it does because of how you treat your blood brother. It's because of how you treat your siblings. It's about how it is that you fight about things that don't matter at the end of the day. That's why the world looks the way that it does. And if it is that we should start for a moment, just pay attention. Just pay attention to how we are showing up in the world. Forget about what everybody else is doing. If it is that you're looking outward, you're going to see all kinds of things that you can judge. But forget about what everybody else is doing and dig deep and ask yourself the question, am I being the best that I've ever been? Am I doing what is right by humanity? How am I showing up? And if it is that you can be bone honest with yourself, when you ask yourself those questions and you're not looking at your neighbor and you're not looking at everybody else, it's not about anybody else, it's about you, it's about now, it's about this moment, which is the only thing that we got. So as we enjoy Ital Fest, be kind, be gentle, be sweet in your approach, and pull that out of the people that you come in contact with while you're here. But let this be a place that we shift our paradigms. Let this be a place that when you walk out of here, when it is that you think of humanity, you give them what they need so they can become, rather than giving them words that will tear them down and have them become even worse than you imagine. It's an absolute beautiful day. Life is good. We are here. It's not even only for people dead and gone. There are millions and billions that could have been here that were not here, that will never come here. We are here. Why are you here? It cannot be that you just come here to work 8 hours, 9 to 5, retire and die. That cannot be the case. Stop it. We are here for a purpose. Find out what that is. Dig in and find your purpose. It is absolutely, you cannot imagine how critically important it is. We live for everything that is external. We live out here. And if it is that you get in touch with yourself, if you do the introspection and you take a look at your own life and how it is that you got to be here, you're going to see some things about you that are going to move you in ways that you cannot imagine. Some of it will be good, some of it will be bad. But at the end of the day, you will get to see you and learn about you intimately. You will learn to love you regardless. You will learn to forgive yourself regardless. It is that you learn to give your grace. It is only natural that you will give that to others. It is only natural that you extend it to others, because when you see yourself and you accept yourself, in order for you to be... I know that oftentimes we go to places and we go for the entertainment, we go for what it is that we're supposed to get externally. But today, interested in what it is that excited about what it is that's being stirred up inside of you. I want you to leave here and be different. I want you to leave here and be the best that you have ever been. Get yourself in shape. Get on an exercise program. Start feeding yourself the way that you know is your life today. And you don't do by all of that other stuff. You start by taking care of yourself. If it is that you're fussing and taking care of everybody else and you're not taking care of yourself, you're being a fraud. You're a liar. You have to take care of you. You are number one, because it is through that vessel that you can give your best. And if the vessel is not its best, you cannot give your best. I don't care how much money you have. Get yourself together. Fix your health. Change your life. We got some yoga going on in a booth right over there. Come over, take a moment, take a few deep breaths with us, get a few stretches with us, and just kind of go into the evening with some intention and just like purpose. I really and truly wish for you everything that is good. The universe is unfolding as it should. You are where you are supposed to be. Be patient with your process.
be mindful of your steps. One love.
Give it up for Kevin Wallen, man. That was a very wise teaching about wellness and health is wealth and all about ital is vital. And if you don't love self, you can't love others, right? It's so simple. You feel the breeze? Yeah. Do you buy it? Do you buy the breeze? No. It's natural air, right? And sometimes have air conditioner, we have the natural air. Not so. We give thanks. So now we have Dr. Cheryl Yu from Save Soil Jamaica. Give it up for Dr. Cheryl Chong.
Thank you. Boy, I'm telling you, everybody laid a foundation for me. Save soil, save self, and save soul. The only way you learn to heal is by saving soil. And I want to give you 3 points of how you can heal your body, your by saving soil. First of all, every vitamin, mineral, protein, chlorophyll, enzyme, fiber, essential oil, what have I left out? Those are the components, the 7 components of health. Every nutrient comes from the soil. And these nutrients, if you have the things that come from the soil, that have been nurtured by these nutrients, then you will have everything you need to heal yourself, body, soul, and spirit. So we have a program that shows you how to get an X body, extreme, an X soul, an expanding soul that includes everybody and the capacity below, and an X spirit, an excellent spirit that embraces everybody and gives you the vibration. How does soil come into all 3 of them? 1, for your body, all you need to do is get your digestive and immune system running, and your body will be running at its top. For your soul, all you need to do is get your chemistry organized so that your hormones and glands are working. And that way you have chemical balances which will determine your mood and your whole emotional safety and your security where that is concerned. The 3rd area is your spirit. What is your spirit? It is your electrical system. And again, the energy comes from sun, pure, fresh air, earth, foods, and PEMS, pulse electromagnetic fields. Now, the magnetic fields are all the energy fields that are around us. All of this is in the soil. And so this is why you need to nurture the soil so that you use it to heal your body, your mind, your whole psychosocial area, and your spirit. Now, the way to link this together is by the colors, right? Basically, you need 50% greenery in your body. 50 in your food, 50% green, 35% yellow, and 15% red. Now it's important to understand that these must be intense colors. The reds must start at beetroot and sorrel and move into the blackberry. The yellows can start at a pale yellow corn, but it must move into the mango, the pawpaw, and the pumpkin color. And then you have the greens that can go anywhere from chocho straight back to your deepest leafy greens. So What I am teaching people to do is to produce all of these for themselves in 12 5-gallon pails. 12 items that will give you every vitamin, mineral, protein, chlorophyll, enzyme to keep your immune system happy.
I want a half apply, man. Baby, I want a half apply.
All right, so
No storage. Catch it against the Fiesta.
How to make this product. It has in every vitamin. Totally reboot your immune system, your electrical system, your chemical balances. And I'm telling you what is in there. It is very intense. You can take 1 ounce to heal. You need to drink the whole bottle. Okay? Now, what is in there? Beetroot, sorrel, pimento, ginger, turmeric, cayenne, moringa, lime, and it is in cane juice, no water. And cane juice feeds the brain cells because remember the brain is fed by blood sugar that still has the enzymes in it. Very important. Anything processed is going to poison the brain, right? So it feeds the brain. There is a blood-brain builder in there. Then you can get these as individual juices or learn to make them. Everything is there on my stall over there where you see this. Every juice and its formula is over there. You can come and write it down, take a picture and go home and make it, right? Brain blood booster is the infection inflammation fighter is the yellow, and it's made from turmeric, ginger, cayenne, cane juice. And it doesn't matter whether the infection is in your head, your toe, or anywhere else. Fungus, whatever. What kind of infection? It's going to zap it because it's very intense. And then we have the super antioxidant, which is the red. And the red is both beetroot and sorrel. So come over there, take a picture, go home and make it, and be able to heal yourself. And if you want, you can get 12 5-gallon pails and you grow 1 of these items in each pail. And that's enough for your whole family. Ginger in one, turmeric in one, sorrel in one. I would contain a garden and show people if they live in an apartment in Alaska, you can do this. So save soil so that you save yourself, save your soul, save your spirit. And that is how we are going to really demonstrate for ourselves individually that ITIL is vital. Heal yourself first, and then after that, you can become a healer and a channel for healing your family, your community, and the whole planet. ITIL is vital. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are all in our vibes. So later will be greater, but now it's good as well. So we have another presentation, demonstration. Yeah, demonstration to the comes. I heard this a while ago. Well, get in there again. Who did we get food from the last presenter? You have to come closer. Who beg now get who no beg now? Ah, you hear that yet? I want to bless up Festa gas. Fest gas. I wonder if I want AI something. So this looks up. Yeah, what can I guess this? I want to tell us the time and move fast. But yes, get the cameras. Come near Chef Troy on stage. Gonna present a pasta. He building the pasta from scratch. Most of us eat pasta. Them say it's an Italian dish. And sometimes when you don't want it for cooking or time or run out, you might just grab a pasta and boil it because it's easy to boil. But what a pasta in here?
Check.
Pasta for I. Pasta for I. So listen, you have to learn how to build this pasta. Pasta for I. Yeah, I want to bless up some of the boot holders here. Benji's, you have to bless up yourself. Yeah. It's vegan. Pumpkin seed. Yeah, it's vegan. Benji's, you have to bless up yourself. Earthquake, bless up yourself. Simuta Baruta and the building. Taste of Ital. Yeah, Chef Mutamba, Officer Mutamba, of course. Chef Ital coming from all the way from outer New York City. Yeah, he's from Glengolf. So in a little country you go foreign, you know, say beer things. Can I bring the whole of the flavor, the whole of the river vibes, the whole of the run up and down barefoot. Bring it out a big foreign to teach ones on how to go forward. Gonna make Ketis Oyande continue because I never cook for it, but I book for it.
Lyrically, yeah, over there. I tell food fest. Come on, let me hear some nice one. I tell food fest. And the loving the food, and the beverages, and the pastries, and everything is ITAL. Yes, we can't do without the ITAL tonight. So now we're here to introduce Chef Troy, but before I introduce him, I want to teach you something about seeds. Seeds and nuts are very important legumes for the body, right? And it's the four of the most important seeds that are good for the body. Our pumpkin seed. You know pumpkin seed? Next time you peel a pumpkin, you don't throw the seed there. Plant it or dry it, and then you eat it. Pumpkin seed is very good for you. So pumpkin seed, we have hemp seed. You know hemp seed? What are you talking about? Hemp seed is what? Where it come from? Ganja, right? Cannabis. Marijuana. You must get used to it. This is marijuana country. So we talk about pumpkin seed, hemp seed, chia seed. You know chia seed? And like a fine black seed. You must know these things. And of course, flax seed. All of these are very important for your body, for our body. Anti-inflammatory, as Sister Cheryl John, Dr. Cheryl John said earlier. So now, we're going to introduce to you Chef Troy Levy. Now, Chef Troy is the owner of Ital, A Taste of Ital, where he specializes in plant-based Ital Caribbean food as a Caribbean origin. He's inspired by fresh organic ingredients and the taste of the islands, and beyond, as a result, infuse them into each dish, serving up Caribbean fusion cuisine. Self-taught of culinary arts, he's from the hometown of Glengolf in Jamaica, and he has since been serving clients through private dinner parties, cooking demonstrations, and small and large catering. He has the culinary identity of tutoring persons about Ital, plant-based, plant food, basically the kind of Caribbean food that he grew up on, while adding a fine dining touch. So of course, he presents gourmet to us today. With elegant plating and modern cooking techniques, his ultimate goal is to denounce the myth that people think that Ital food is going to be bland, which is a misconception people have. Of course, you see so far, no Ital food presented here is bland. That is not going to be bland either. So, welcome, Chef Troy Levy, A Taste of Ital.
Thanks. That's up myself, Evie. Good. That's what I'm talking about. As K.P.T said, my name is Chef Troy Levy, here from the cool hills of Glengolf in St. Catherine. I graduated from Jamaica a few years ago. Since then, we've been just taking this whole Caribbean flavor all over the world. But growing up, a little bit about my backstory about me. Growing up in the country, we had an opportunity to have a Rasta family on one side and there was a Christian family on the other side. So we had an opportunity to eat ital and eat, meat. But one of the things that a lot of people always say when they turn ital, I always tell them that you don't turn ital. What is what you is. You identify, acknowledge what you is, then you would acknowledge another. You're a clean eating person, And ital is basically natural. We all know the story about the Rasta that growing up in Jamaica and get cast out and have to run to the hills and do things their way. And we do things our way in the sense where we try to consume everything that is from the earth. We don't realize the process. Nothing. So that's the word I try to introduce people. And, based on the fact that I've been in New York and learned French cuisine, Italian cuisine, and the plating and the cutting and all different type of things, I just infused that with my idol identification. And today I want to present something that an Italian chef taught me how to make, and I always try to make it without the egg, but it never really come out right. So today. So basically today we're going to make a dish. Now this pastafari dish that I'm preparing for you guys is basically a really simple dish, and I'm pretty sure when you guys leave here today, if you're open, you're going to try and make this and see how simple it is. Because one of the misconceptions that a lot of people have is that when you're making an ital dish or vegan food in certain sense, it's going to take longer and too much time in ital. The lazy of the KFC and the lazy of the McDonald's and certain things. People just like the convenience of easy and fast things. This ital can be fast and convenient if you prepare for it. All of it is preparation. Prep is key. You mise en place, you get everything together, execute, and there's nothing to it. So further ado, today I'm going to be using spelt flour to create a pasta dish, a pastafari. So one of the importance about spelt is it's iron, really, and a more clean flour for us to consume, if we consume flour. It's just the grain spelt, they grind it out and make it into a flour. So we're going to use spelt flour today. But my pasta, I've also had some dehydrated mushroom. Now, mushroom is a thing growing up in Jamaica. I mean, I have Jamaican clients in New York and other places in the state. And when I tell them about mushroom or introduce them to mushroom, they don't want a dopey umbrella. They don't want that. A lot of people not that because growing up, we never really eat mushroom, But, understanding the nutritional benefits of mushroom and the amount of protein that it gives to one's diet, I have brought myself some oyster mushroom, but I dehydrated it. I just seasoned it up like you would have seasoned up any other protein with my scotch bonnet pepper and allspice and garlic and ginger and turmeric and stuff, and then I dehydrated it. So this is going to be my protein in a plate. Even though it's a protein packed plate, but this is additional protein that you guys are going to taste. What we have here as well, I've soaked some cashew, and I'll make like a cashew sauce. But that's going to thicken the sauce that I'm going to make for the pastafari. We have some fresh coconut milk. We have some turmeric that I chop up with some ginger. But before we get to all of these mise en place, we have the cashew. So this is basically cashew because one of the things that I've learned about cashew as a nut, we always eat cashew, we love eat cashew. Raw cashew is really good for us. But a lot of people keep asking me like what kind of milk we use if we don't use the canned milk or the cow milk or the animal products. Almost every nut that you can think of can make milk. You just gotta take your time and do what you gotta do. And cashew, I love cashew because it gives, if you're making a pasta or even if you're just making a smoothie, once you soak those cashew, the sugar, the sweetness come out of that cashew and the thickness and all the protein that you want in your whatever, if you're making a pasta or a drink, it's very identified when you're tasting it. It's just awesome for me basically. So now let's start making the pasta because we have to make the pasta first. So I'm gonna put some spelt flour in a bowl. I've had a little bit of sea salt to it. And the difference with this pasta, instead of me using any kind of water, for the liquid for the flour, I'll blend out some turmeric. So now this is just spring water and turmeric. Because I want to elevate my dish and give it a nice gold color. You know the kind of it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of the turmeric.
Full of style.
And just make our pasta.
Wait, say I'm gonna go over some more? Yeah. Alright, see you then. Yeah, you know better than that, right? Alright.
Okay. 1 second. So this is basically the golden color you guys gonna get when you put the turmeric in there. See that awesomeness? Yeah, this is all the flavor. So a lot of people think that you need a lot of processed powdered seasoning to have flavor. You don't really need much. So basically, this is the pasta dough. Now, like I said earlier, when you're making a pasta, especially if you're making like a meat, like people that eat meat or whatever, dairy, they usually put egg or certain things to bind it together. But for me personally, I don't really think you need that. As when I make it with just the turmeric or the water, it tastes great as well. It's just about how you finesse and fuse all the ingredients and flavor to create an awesome dish. You know? So, for me personally, when I'm making a pasta, I like to make the flour ahead of time and then I just rest it a little bit. So the turmeric can infuse and get it nice and fluffy. So this is what I just made just for you guys to see. But I made this a little bit earlier. And what I've done is when I put it in the calabash, I put some oil in it just to base it to keep it fresh and soft. So now making a pasta, a lot of people might think, oh, you know what, that's gonna take too much time. Anybody keep time? Wanna see how fast we have an awesome dish. So I'm gonna use my my rolling pin.
Okay, take the next side. The next side.
Yeah, Jamaica with it.
For the next side then.
Jamaica with this, if you have a rolling pin where you use.
Buckle.
Get a quart buckle, right?
Get a buckle.
Make it up.
A rum buckle.
Rum buckle.
Yeah, man.
It's a rum buckle, right?
Yeah, Jamaica with it. Use on and put on a rolling pin, you just get a buckle and roll it.
It's a bamboo.
Exactly.
It's a bamboo.
Exactly.
It's a bamboo. Yeah.
So basically, you get the dough as thin as you want, depends on your preference, and then we just fold it. And then we just slice it. This is the pasta. See that? And you just put it in your boiling water. So we have some water boiling. The breeze make the water not boil it, but we're gonna just keep fingers crossed and pray, right? Soon we're coming. So another thing about pasta, when I travel everywhere and then everywhere I go, I realize that people really love pasta, but nobody ever really take the time out to make it. Whenever I tell people like, alright, we're gonna make some pasta, they say we can just go to the store go buy one. But me personally, growing up in a country and knowing, say, I'm not used to that microwave lifestyle where we get things easy. We know we have to work hard for our own. So we just try our best. And at the end of the day, we're very creative because we come from Jamaica. Some of the most creative people in the world. So, you know, we just want to make sure we make it from scratch.
Big up for Granny.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Granny really take that time out. And every elder we have to give thanks to them.
Yeah.
Especially my grandmother. That's also one of the best grandmother in the world.
Let us give the greater about them greater.
That is it. So, that idea. So, in the meantime, while the water is boiling, we're gonna have some questions. I'll take some questions if you guys have any. First question I have to ask the crowd: anybody eat mushroom? Yeah, or you prepare a mushroom? French fry. You make what? What you call it? Okay. Okay. So you say this pastafari dish. For me personally, I use it because I know that pasta is not just unique to Italian, but people use pasta all over the world. But one of the things that I just had a podcast last week, and I was asked a question about what's my understanding of vegan. Now, I personally don't knock people and their decision on what they want to do, but I want to tell Jamaica one thing. My experience of vegan, I would not consider nobody cooking vegan in Jamaica. And before you start judge, let me just explain. In Jamaica, most people cook clean. Most people take time out and cook as with natural ingredients and stuff. Everybody knows it's word sound power world we live in. So if you tell me that you're a vegan, but you tell me that you want some vegan beef or vegan chicken, consciously you're still thinking about chicken or beef. I can't respect it. If you say you don't eat it, you should not be thinking about it. You know, we have to be conscious about our thoughts. So you know, just me I prepare something and I go say, oh, this is some vegan jerk chicken or you know them kind of vibes.
No.
You know, we have to understand because growing up in Jamaica, I know that we cook with clean and natural ingredients. However, traveling in the world and seeing people prepare vegan, the amount of ingredients that it takes to prepare any kind of vegan, especially the meat base where everybody think about like vegan bacon or vegan chicken and stuff. The amount of ingredients, better you eat a piece of chicken. You know, so we have to be mindful of what we put in our body. We can't just get up and say, that's the trend, so we're going to work with that name because that name that trend right now. We have to be very conscious about things that we put in our body and how we think and perceive things. You know, we have to understand, or there are some who would say overstand how we do things and how we look at things from a perspective. How do you want to stay? Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, definitely. Just wish this would come to a nice boil so it don't spoil my style. Check, check. So have anybody ever here, anybody here ever tasted my food before or no? Nobody have done it. It's first time for everyone, right? Alright.
No, but I'm a bosh. Ready?
Huh? Yeah, island salt is in the water already, definitely. So one of the things when we thank you, chef. One of the things that we do when we definitely cooking anything and we're gonna put it in a boiled water, we season water. Now for some people they will just put some pink salt in it or some coconut oil or something. And then some people will just drop some bay leaf in it, drop some garlic in it because it's just developing more flavor. You know, that's one of the things that separate Ital cooking from a lot of other cooking. We start at a base where we develop flavors. You know, like what Granny would have said, we take our hand and make a real awesome fashion.
Okay, so Chef Shaw, I'm going to ask you this now.
is it the first time you're preparing pasta from scratch? Because some of these people here, it's the first time I'm seeing somebody preparing pasta from scratch. For most part, I know people buying pasta in a pot. The first time you're doing it here in Jamaica?
First time I'm doing it here in Jamaica, but I definitely do cooking class where I make this from scratch. Because one of the awesome thing about cooking classes is you get to just show out to your class and just introduce awesome vibes to them.
So whenever I just do that and it come out.
Yeah.
I love that. And the beautiful thing about ITEL Fest is that we take everything from scratch. You notice that? You learned how to make raw food pie earlier, remember? From scratch. I know you're here. You're learning about pasta from scratch. Only at ITEL Food Fest. So we give thanks for that, Chef Troy.
Yeah, man. And one other thing is, if you guys are concerned about time when you're cooking, you know, use a refrigerator, man. Prepare air and just put it in the refrigerator and easy to execute. Because me personally, I try to minimize can as much as possible. You know, living in certain country, you know, say, you're not going to find a dry coconut everywhere you go. But for the most part, we want to make sure say we have things from scratch. So I'll get my dry coconut when I can find it, and I'll blend up a couple of quarts and put this in the freezer. You know, because at the end of the day, like my shirt said, we're continuing to heal with food. So that is of great importance for we heal our body with the food out consumed. You know, we're not just get up and say it and not do it.
All right, Chef Troy, one more question. What inspired you to name this meal Pastafari? Sounds familiar.
Well, as a Rastafari, I think it is of great importance for me. You know, in America especially, when you see people that make pasta dish, a Rasta pasta dish, 95%, if not more, of the Rasta pasta dish in America is meat dish. Whether it's chicken or shrimp or soy or oxtail or something else. So, you know, I want to differentiate this where it's not no Rasta pasta, because Rasta pasta have a lot of dairy and everything in it. So that kind of inspired the whole idea of a Pastafari, you know.
I love the name. You need to trademark it.
Oh man, so this wind is giving me a hard time with my dish. I think I was overly ambitious with this one. But it's almost ready, guys. Just, I know you guys are waiting and you want to taste it because you see we make it from scratch and you want to know how it tastes, right? So just give me a few minutes and it shall be ready. But like I said, in the meantime, if you guys have any question or you want to say something, I'm definitely hoping to speak as well. Got a question?
Want to say something?
Awesome.
What other types of flour you can use aside from the spilled flour?
Good question.
I that's a really awesome question. I was doing a tutorial the other day on YouTube. I didn't post it yet, but I use chickpea flour a lot because I make the chickpea flour from scratch as well. I mean, when you guys go to my booth over there, I make a chickpea tofu. Supposed to ready now. It's in the fridge right now, so I'll sort it out for you guys to taste. So basically, I try to use all of the legumes that you can use to make flour, and I make my own flour. One of the things you have to be mindful after is do your research and see if that specific grain or nut that you're using for your flour, how is it when you cook it? Is it good for you when you cook it? And you know, there are things that you can, me personally, I see a lot of people make the chickpea, they eat the chickpea raw. Like they sprout it and they eat it, but it's not really, it's like a chance you take with it. As it can be really, really poisonous if it's not sprouted properly. So, you know, there are certain things that they just have to be mindful about and know that, you know what, we'll see them do it on TikTok or whatever the case is. Don't just jump at it. There are some to the research. Yeah, so alright, so you see, that's a really awesome question as well. So, like a spelled flour, what I do is I have a sprouted flour and a spelled flour combined together. You got to get that elasticity that you need from flour. So the chickpea flour by itself might not hold up to like you're trying to make a dumpling or something. But it's really awesome if you make like a tofu or you make certain other things. Because if you make like an omelette, and then you blend out the chickpea flour and then you use that for your omelette, it's really awesome. You know, because it kind of sticky and gummy when you put it in the pot, it run it almost like a omelette, you know. So, but if you're trying to make a dumpling, then you would add a little bit of smell to it or thing to get that consistency that you want to make like a dumpling or something. That's an awesome question. Because a lot of people don't, them get up a year, chef try to say chickpea flour and then make dumpling with it. That's how a madman that talk. So, you know, it's really awesome for information. It's a great importance. Anybody else have any question? Or you just wait for the part? Wait for the boat for that.
So while Chef Troy is waiting on his pasta to simmer and bimmer and ready to eat, we're going to introduce a foodie, a food practitioner, a wellness practitioner, Yaga lifestyle to come to the stage and give us some more insight on good food that gives you good mood. Yaga lifestyle.
Yaga. Zin. It's not food enough. It's health, it's herbs, and nutrition. Yes, so I just Chef Drive one them thing. Let me give you a little about Yaga. Yaga is an herbalist like 12 years now, dealing with plant medicine, healing over 100,000 people worldwide, both healing and helping them to come in the health way. And when we learn about the plants and the herbs when it comes to healing, it's not the herbs, listen carefully, it's not the herbs heal people, listen. It's the body heal themselves. See, very important. So don't feel like you just come and say, yo, you want the herbs, you have to remove this. No. Health starts from the mind. So more everybody listen to me and listen to me carefully. Listen to this. Heal the body, heal the mind, and the body will follow. Say it after me. Heal the mind, and then the body will follow. The body can't heal itself unless the mind already. Remember that. So that is why we put the formulas together. After we talk to the customers, after we show them what it really is all about. So going into it, we're going to talk to you about some herbs that address healing and wearing the body. So rule number one, when you heal the body, any disease you have, any form of disease, you have to heal the blood, you have to address the blood. When you're sick, your doctors always say, you have blood work and everything. If you don't heal the blood, impossible. You understand? So if you come out with diabetes, come out with AIDS, cancer, anything at all, you have to address the blood and then you address the problem and where it is. Yeah, so we keep it up fast and spicy. So, rule number one, how you heal the blood? You have to find the herbs with the highest concentration of mineral that the blood wants, and that is iron. So you go into the forest, you know, you have the chili root, highest concentration of iron. You have the sarsaparilla, bell twist, ebony, logwood. You put them together, brew them in the full moon. That's the next important thing. So when harvesting, that's why some nutrition, some herbalists, them say them are herbalists, but they're not reversing the disease. You have to know, you have to work with the moon side. If you look good, you see the moon down here. You work with the full moon. So when you deal with barks and herbs from the earth, roots and barks, you're brewing at the full moon. Yeah? And I teach you how to heal yourself now. When you deal with like the tea now, you do it in the new moon. So it's not just you brew some iron roots and drink it and say, yeah, you heal. You have to put the herbs them together in that way, where they can come together and synergize. So the new moon, tea, the full moon, roots and the bark. Put them together, you formulate them, and that is how you address the blood. Very important after dealing with the blood. But before everything, just remember, fix the mind, and then the body will follow. And that's how you heal. So make it short and spicy. Blood, rule number one, for anything at all you get rid of. You have to address the blood. And you herb them for the blood, you give some the chili root, ask about the chili root, ask about the sarsaparilla, bell twist, iron weed. Yeah. So sorry we can't get for really going into way more because of the time and everything, but there's something to eat with them, yeah? It's Yaga lifestyle.
Question.
Alright.
When you deal with these things, the ones normally talk about potency and amount and everything. Yeah, breadlocks are yard reading, see? When you deal herbs and these things, people normally concerned with potency, the amount and everything. You know, any concerns, any suggestions as to how, whether a palm food or a fingertip food, or how you measure out these herbs when you're putting them together, you know?
Alright. Good question. Excellent question. Yeah. A mouthful, everybody mouthful, that is them dosage. Yeah, so if it's a baby mouthful, it can't go wrong. If it is a big man in mouth big, that is your dosage. Yeah, so you pull your mouth, you know, so yeah, that you can't go wrong. So, it's knowledge from the heart, it's knowledge is love. Yaga, yaga. Yaga, yaga. Yaga lifestyle. 9 million body heals, eh? Yeah, man, we give thanks for Yaga.
Yes.
Yeah, so Chef Try, pasta from scratch ups, pasta for eye.
Yeah, guys, so you know the fire around slow motion, but we still getting it moving. So basically, while Yaga was giving that really awesome presentation, I've had the vegetable in the pot, a little bit of olive oil, and I had just some of the dehydrated mushroom with it as well. No, the only thing we're going to add to it now is a small portion of the cashew sauce.
Alright, we're going to bring up Sister K.P.T while this Pastafari is being ready and steady, full and ready.
So basically, this is some Mrs. Dash. Now, Mrs. Dash is one of them spices that have no or no salt content. And one of the things is, anybody can make this spice. You know, the ingredients are definitely mostly herbs and different spices. You know, you're using rosemary, the mint. One of the only things that a lot of people don't do is they don't dehydrate these things. You know, dehydrating is just basically put it in the sun, make it suck out all of the moisture. And you can blend it up with your food processor, you blend that and just blend it up, have your own herbs and spice. So this is just some Mrs. Dash I'm adding to the pot with the cashew sauce and the things that I've told you earlier. And last but not least, I'm going to add some of the fresh coconut milk.
Get it in there, man.
Dreadnought.
Yeah, man, dreadnought. So this basically will just marry all of the flavors and infuse all of the flavors together.
Native.
Yes, sir. Don't know if you watch me on the Food Network. When I was cooking with the coconut milk, they must say, yeah, man, that is a real chef. You have to ask a question.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, because one of the things is, me growing up in Jamaica realized, almost all of my uncle we cook as a rasta man put coconut in it. And all of them just taste awesome. So, you know, it's really one of those ingredients that I think can never die, can't steal either. So last but not least, we're going to add the pasta in right now.
I carry the pot to the front for them smell the aroma, you know.
Definitely.
And everybody I get to taste the spice. When the aroma run through the crowd. One of the calabash rice. Ready?
Yes.
No, I'm putting it
One of the calabash.
Yes, I'm the one that is here.
No, Mr. Botia.
No. Tell him already.
What is that? Well, if I'm making a creamy sauce, I would definitely still season my pot. Definitely, and salt. Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, you know, I'm not culinary trained, but being on the Food Network and an institution where they cook a lot, that's one of the things that they always tell you. Because I've cooked in ice in New York, and one of the things they tell you, when you put your water on the fire, you season it with a little salt and a little bit of oil and salt. Yeah, because the oil would make sure that the pasta don't stick together. So it's lubricate.
But here's the thing, I was taught that we don't do it for a creamy sauce because it's a flavor sauce on the kids' pasta. I'm not saying one is right or wrong, I was just asking because it's different types of flour.
Oh no, it's just yeah, it's just the way I was taught. You know, we work out different, so no problem with that. But definitely, I like when you season your pot. So when you put the pasta in there, you get all the flavor infused in it. Definitely. So this is the pasta for you, right? This is the dehydrated mushroom. And anybody that take picture, make sure you put it on Instagram and tag Chef Troy.
Yeah. Chef Troy,
I'm going to taste this for you guys to taste. And you guys just tell me how it tastes to you, see?
Try make Yaad radio scene. Yaad radio over here, so.
You have a booth here, right, Chef Troy? Your booth is...
Definitely, my booth is right over there. Make sure you guys go over there and get a salad or get some of the fish. I really have a really awesome coconut dish.
Yaad radio.
Upstairs? Okay, got it.
Yaad radio. Show Yaad radio.
Yaad radio, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what it is all about. The Pastafari. Right?
Bless this family.
So now, we're going to plate some things.
Yes. We're gonna ask question again before them get the plate.
How are you, sir? Yes.
So like say that was stretch. All right, the pump stuff. All right. Some people want to taste it. No.
So the bash all come forward. The bash do you know?
That bash will take all of the food.
This is true. He's not a politician and he did a long time I work with me. Okay, I share?
All right. So while we wait on the food to be plated, we have another wellness and food practitioner waiting, a female. She's the first female for the evening. Well, yeah.
No,
I mean chef. A chef, right? So she's her name is K.P.T and she's a chief executive officer of Living Food and Juices. A 4G-year-old wife and mother of 2 sons. She now resides in Kingston, Jamaica. She's a qualified raw plant-based chef and lifestyle coach who has recently been certified as a herbal physician. K.P.T has studied in Europe, Canada, the United States, and the Caribbean to gain unmatched expertise as a chocolatier, a raw juice specialist, and a professional in raw food preparation. She also displays great competence in producing raw plant-based desserts. Carrie's love for the plant-based diet began when she was just a student who at 16 years old won her first Green Smoothie Award for her classic Leaf of Life Punch. Wow. She is now an accomplished raw plant-based teacher and has penned Leaves of Life in her first book, which represents a celebration of a journey with green smoothies and the life-changing benefits. Let's hear it for K.P.T, the female for the being and the female chef. Let's love everybody! Are you happy? Who makes you happy?
Me.
You gotta make yourself happy, young man.
Me.
It doesn't matter who he, she, or the old lady. If you are not self-love and happy, you can't be happy. Thank you for that. The bird has been up lots more over there. Thank you. All right, so welcome to ISO Food Fest, everybody. When I was invited to ISO Food Fest, I was so overwhelmed because this is something I did 2016, and this is something that needs to continue. Anyway, as you heard, the lots and lots of hats that I wear, it's just a love for self. And because of the love for self, my happiness is overflowing, and therefore others are full enjoying all of what I'm able to do, and I'm able to share.
Right, wash there.
All right, so I'm gonna.
Why wash there? Gonna give her a wash?
All right, the food.
Why tell her wash there?
So I'm gonna talk about this evening quick, because you know what? We are living on a beautiful island with foods that approach the physical structure from a cellular level. And we do not understand. If you know the Bible says, my people shall be destroyed because of lack of knowledge.
And Genesis 1 verse 29 is where I come from. The plants shall heal, the herb shall heal you, and the fruit shall be your meat. Alright, so I'm going to talk about a couple herbs tonight. I'm not going to put this one back. So first of all, I'm going to talk about anybody knows what this is? King of the forest, or Castialato. This is one of my favorite herbs, right? So this is what it looks like fresh. First of all, it has an erected blossom or bloom, and it says that every plant that has an erected blossom or bloom is good for the men. Alright, so Castialato here, what I love about this herb is that it is a disinfectant. What it does is it goes into the blood and disinfects the blood. Now this is hepatic and hepatic. What that means is that it's good for the liver, and it's good for the skin, and it is also this has a negative. How this herb does it, I don't know. How the creator put this in this herb is just you alone know, right? So this herb you can use as an abortive, right? So it can be used as an abortion. But at the same time, it is it's good for female reproduction, right? It is. It's good for exactly. And so this is one of my favorite ones because how do you use this? You can use 11 leaves as a tea, and you have that before you go to your bed at night, and it really cleans the colon, like eats the flow. All right, and this is what it looks like when it's drawn. Remember, you do not boil your leaves. Never boil your leaves and your flowers. You steep them, okay? And this is what we get from it. So you see how beautiful it is? That nice yellow undertone to the skin. All right, and then we do not have this a lot here. I do not have the green one today, but this is called St. John's bush, and this is also again for the female. We have a lot of female and a lot of male that are having reproductive problems. Reproduction is life. You agree with me? All right, so let's clean it up, right? So this is the St. John's bush, and the St. John's bush again is amazing. All right, so before your moon cycle, ladies, you have the 7 days before and 7 days during. It helps the womb, prepare the womb to release what it needs to release, right? The female. All right. Also, you use the St. John's bush as an eye wash. So a little shot glass, you put your St. John's bush. This is not boiled, it's steep, right? So your St. John's bush is put over your eyes. And you wash your eyes. Last week I spent days and days and days up, and my eyes went crazy, right? My eyes were like molars in it, and I did this for a couple of minutes, and my eyes were beautiful again the next day. So that's the St. John's bush. Other one, ladies, the dog blood. This is serious baby making bush. I had 2 clients who said to me, the dog one said the doctor said, and the other one said, I thought I couldn't. I said, you were being cleansed by living food and juices. Babies are here. All right, so this is amazing to clean the womb. All right, so it's a dog blood. A combination of the dog blood and also the St. John's bush is amazing for you to get conceived. Let's just say it as it is. All right, so what people would ask is, how do I dry my herbs? And it is very simple. In your kitchen, it's not, you don't have to go to a university to do this, right? In your kitchen, on your countertop, not in the sun. When the sun gets your herb, it takes away the chlorophyll, and you need that chlorophyll, right? So you just put your herbs on your countertop. Are you hearing this? This is this, all right? And you can use this to make whatever you want to. I have here, anybody know this? This is seed on the leaf. It doesn't matter how tough the stone is in your kidney, it takes it out, right? Don't. All right, and this is also children. If children have a lot of mucus, the seed on the leaf is fabulous. All right. This one here, guys, it's not just a flower. So that's it. But I think you'll recognize it more. You'll recognize it more here. So this is the periwinkle, and periwinkle comes in multiple colors. Now periwinkle is great if you, ladies, if you are bleeding in excess, it's not healthy. If your menses are coming 5 days, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, it's not healthy. So with the periwinkle, you use the leaves and the flower, and you can go to my Instagram page. I'll tell you the exact amount to use, and it stops the bleeding. No matter how much weeks you've been bleeding, it stops it. Right? The last one we have the Jamaican blue vervain. Anybody knew that this was called Jamaican blue vervain? This is for everything. You don't have to say nothing more. Right? This one is for everything. Alright? So this is a recipe, a combination of the Jamaican blue vervain and the dog blood, and together on the road to making beautiful babies. One last thing I'm doing is a concoction, so now you're getting a little lesson. So any herb that you have, so St. John wort is different from St. John's bush, two different herbs. All right, so any herbs that you have and you want to get the strongest potency from the herb, it's a tincture. You know that, right? The alcohol pulls the medicine from the herbs. So it could be dry or green herbs. So all you do is just put your herbs like I've pre-done this. So I stuck my herbs in a glass bottle and I use some alcohol. And a lot of different alcohol. A lot of different ones. All right. So alcohol, brandy, rum. It is a tincture. I said that before. All right. So you just dip this and you put it down for over 21 days and over. This is powerful. Just drops. Drops, and the best way to do it is underneath your wine. It goes to the veins. Immediately under the tongue, it goes to the vein and it goes to your blood. Give thanks to life. Blessed love. Blessed. So St. John's bush, I only have the St. John's bush, I only have it dry here. This is the St. John's bush, but you can go to my page, Living Food and Juices, and you will see the, right, so you'll see the green ones. Right. So the seed on the leaf is done as a tea, steeped as a tea. And again, any herb you want to get the strongest potency, you do it as a tincture. All right? And living over there with all the plant-based raw nut cheesecakes, the burgers, the cold pressed juices. Yes, man, pochocho juice. All right, and we have the pretty pum pum. So this is my line for male and female, the pretty pum pum line, which comes in tea, smoothies. It's just to make you understand that you to make yourself pretty, you have to apply the herb necessary. And of course, the opposite line is the man stand up. Yes, thanks.
Yes, Sister Caribbean's teachers coming around, sharing, I love how you pouring it. Give thanks. So, we have more giveaways. I'm going to ask a question. If you can name two, not making it too complicated because we're there a long time. Two of the presenters yet to come. If you can name two. Yet to come. Hold on by the hand. Who is it? Who is it? No, who answered the question? Oh, she? Alright, so that's one question. Courtesy of singer. Singer. Alright, so one more question. Which are the big stage show keep on this venue? Huh? Who said it first? What? Huh? Alright, so how much more we have? Give her a back. Give her that, please.
Who don't get the package, get one, okay?
All right, so
So these are all from Ital Fraternity of Singer.
so two more gift packages to give away, and two more containers, but we're gonna do that short.
Right. Of course, every time I take the mic, I have to big up Ital Food Fest. Ital is? Ital is? I see all on our video, and I take picture. Make sure you go wanna look back on the video them and learn and implement. There's no time to take these things that was done and put on the video. And they will clean up the phone, then we delete valuable information. You don't want to do that, right? You want to go home and make a change and improve your diet, improve your mind, and make it Ital is vital. Alright, so we have 3 presenters left. We have Dr. Aris Latham coming up, of course. The raw food guru, master of food, Sunfire Cook. We also have Queen Apua, all the way from overseas here for this item food. Of course, we also have Dr. Kedamawi Knife. Now, I want to just say one thing before we introduce the next speaker. You know, some of the time we think that eating ital food alone is just gonna do it, right? But it's not just eating ital food. Earlier, Yaad came and he said it's a mind, body, spirit thing, right? And we eat too much sometimes. You know, we eat in the morning, then we eat the next 20 minutes and the next hour. We have to also watch the times that we eat and the portions that we eat. So it might be a vegetarian or an italist or a vegan. I think that's all. No, you have to watch the portions, balance the meal with your 50% fruits and vegetables, and your 25% protein and your 25% carbohydrate. In the morning, you can't eat them. Get up and eat up this big food. Rice and peas in the morning. Boiled food in the morning. No. You eat some nice, good fruits. You make a full of fruits, don't it? Yes. You eat up. You see? Your regulators, which give you energy. Raw, live food for the body. Go straight to the blood. So, we're going to introduce the next speaker, Dr. Kedamawi Knife. Dr. Kedamawi Knife holds a PhD in Sustainable Development and an MSc in Economics. He's a lecturer and researcher in the Mona School of Business and Management at the University of the West Indies, UAE, where he is also the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship, Thinking and Practice. His areas of research are entrepreneurship, social sector innovation, strategic planning for sustainable development and climate change, gender youth and special needs, SME, entrepreneurship policies in Jamaica, as well as several international, national, and sectoral strategic plans and programs for sustainable community development within Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. He has also developed numerous workshops and capacity building programs, strategic plans, business models, and business plans, M&E and tracer systems for state, private sector, public sector, and the social sector all within Jamaica and across, with the objective of empowering people, communities to empower themselves. Please help me welcome Dr. Kedamawi Knife.
Yeah, man, give thanks and love in the house. Some people might wonder why somebody who's in strategic planning at the Ital Fest talking about Ital Liberty. Rastafari live right in Wally. And that's part of the thing we want to talk about today, because I listen to other presenters, and this whole thing now of what we call health and wellness and Ital have become such a common place. But I want to help people understand the history of the Rastafari ones have gone through. That's now we can have what we call an Ital Fest. See, a lot of people here doing live food and raw food, virgin iron. I'm going to talk about something we call the iron chalamp, the boil lamp for them. You have virgin the country for more than 50 years and you take on a pot. Is that because them that read no book? Is that because them going to university? Is it Irish? See, is that thing we said that the fundamental between knowledge and wise mind is intuition, that which comes out of self. And the first set of one of them who live idle is them Irish, because man says life body with him don't deal with dead. Everybody with life. Everything when him eat must have life in it. Remember I know that read no science book, it must have life in it. And him knows when him cook the food. Like me and my brother cook a while ago and say come close and smell the food. When a ras a dub him sip, and a man pass the place say, ras, the ice smell irie. Why it smell irie? Because all I knew is the food gone under the ear right and smell. Say I eat film food in your nose and not in your mouth. But that's the reality. Because as you apply heat to food, the enzymes get active and them dissipate in the atmosphere. So most of what you need for your iron is actually going out in the atmosphere. These brethren never talk about the science, but them know it. I'm going to tell them don't want any food to run under the ground. Why don't want any food under the ground? Because his thinking is that the food that run under the ground, that's how your iron are going to move as well. But note, for people in the Bible themselves, people who are priests do not eat divine food, and the thing that run on the ground that way. Why? It's not the iris, but you know that most divine foods are related to what? It's a phallic symbol. The roots and the vine are a phallic symbol. Them stimulate testosterone. It stimulates sexual drive and sexual desire. So a man who says a priest don't want to get involved in that, same don't want to eat those food. However, we know that the data is showing that sexual dysfunctionality has increased amongst a whole lot of people. Matter of fact, people's sperm count actually decreasing significantly. And even though one might boil the roots, it's a simple way to make roots. I make roots and then I eat out a pot. How we make the roots? We just get no and sow the roots when I know for days upon days and nights upon nights upon nights. It must, the actives are chain out of the plant. It's a noni. It's a plant that don't make things spoil. It's actually a natural preservative. So you make your roots and you put on the fire. The birds them know those things. See, the birds them try to eat things off of the tallest tree. It's not by chance we have fire right hours that use coconut and them sipping up. People know that coconut, the electrolyte balance in the coconut and the coconut water. No, it's the same thing like your system. The palm plants are like that, the royal palm as well. We eat the royal palm. And people know that the royal palm is a plant that is most important for bone structure and bone development. The plant tell you, man, the color of the plant tell you. It's white, full of calcium. The structure, it make up, they say it make up like your bone as well. These brethren know these things. It's not out of a book. See? So people must realize that a lot of these brethren, when we are at Bingi, and I see now, when we were at Bingi 20 years ago, when I just started to sip life sip, and I first heard mommy say to her, I said, "Knife, you don't have to eat, none will cook." Because she was doing some research for the West Indies Medical Journal. That time I meet Ein, see Ein right there, say, see Ein right there, so. Them time they might eat uncooked food, live food. And we actually call I-child, we're not doing the things that we're doing now. We don't actually I-child again, meaning now, say, while we're still eating uncooked food. We're not using the process. And I'm going to use some for clean my teeth. When I just use 2-6, I probably use a fever grass roots, or I use shoe black roots. Because fever grass roots are that mental thing. You make the maintenance. However, you have to be careful because you know because you're using the 2-6, if you're not careful, you kind of bring up your gum line too much because you have to be too hard. So you have to know you have to do it and thing. We're not using soap. Because we know so the soap having poison at the time. But if you look and see like some of the ingredients in the soap would be like the citrus plants. So you use the same citrus plant. You use the orange, you use the lime. See, you use the grapefruit. See, you use pepper elder, which is the next iron plant you use. You use quaco bush. These are things that country people do, Some don't want to feel like it's magic. People working in the bridge. If you listen to our grandparents most of the time, we won't look wrong. So the sister talk about how you dry herbs. diabetes tend to be obesity. Lifestyle disease, and the Virgin mentioned about your bloodstream. The reality is, you're not clean, you're dead. And that bird ample used, with bird pepper. But if you use cayenne pepper, just drink a teaspoon of cayenne pepper every day, and then clean all of your arteries. All of those impurities in your bloodstream, it clean out. Because your blood flow, if your blood not flowing, you're going to be in problems. Example that we over 5 years, I actually lied. I believe you the eye. Because not about the iris, I'm saying I'm living eye. So you have I-fi, everybody name start with I. And that by chance we know that I is one of the most important. This is the alphabet. No. It is the most important. Based on numerology is equal to 9. It's the perfect letter. But it also means in the most highest state, I is prime, which is first. Is that conscious you want to go to, you know? The way you sit influences the iris. I gave Mikey a book the other day. And I hope that all of you can email so we can start selling some book. So the objective is to give people can teach or nothing, but teach yourself. Sitting to your own lens and to your own iris. That book was written by a bird named Lead Beater over 100 years ago. And the book is called Vegetarianism. This is a white man writing a book for white people. You know, the man described people who eat animals in that book over 100 years ago. Vampires. He was actually explaining why there was much murders taking place in Europe, because he was saying that the people were murdering the animals. That's how he used the word. They were murdering animals and eating them, and as an esoteric person was saying that the spirits of those animals were out here and getting to people's head. In Jamaica, a man tells you the wickedest man is a what? He's a butcher man. Them people chop you up. Now this is a white man writing something over 100 years ago. But in our own space, we know that if you have killing, your iris move towards killing. If you have habit of life, your iris move towards life as well. You said when you eat, the more things you eat that are alive, is the more you celebrate life, the more you recognize and appreciate life in everything around the eye. But the science is important because, again, as a youth in an institution, of course, I appreciate love science. But I learn. A researcher. Research don't create anything. What I do is observe people's behavior and understand the behavior and write out it in a way where you can put the information out there. But who are the real professors? It's not the man who live it. See, I say again, it's over 50 years I know some iron people live there. One of the concern though I with the eye trial at the time was the B12 component. Remember the minds, you know. I know how important B12 is in terms of your nerve. And while B12 is usually found in the soil, so all plants should have B12 in it, you know. But they should. They don't have it anymore. Why? Because they put much poison in the earth. I mean, I say B12 is very, it responds to heat, you know. So if you have something that contains B12, like a plant, and you can put fire upon the plant, you know that B12 is gone. So all sprouted plants are B because B12 is one of the most important things for life to start. So you just plant a plant and start to sprout. It's still a B12. B12. But we know what the world is saying. It's very most the nutrient density is extremely. So when I think HLIPC, it's beer wine, Spanish eagle, parsley. You see plants where you hear these people talking about. They leaf them off of the trees, them off of the fruit tree, because remember, if a tree not have no leaf, it can't bear no fruit. That means that the first place where the nutrient is in the air, is in the leaf. And grannies used to do it, old people used to do those things. The elderly people used to use the same leaves and make tea. And you know that almost every fruit tree that you have, the leaf is good for the circulation of the blood. Why? Because fruit trees or electrical food. Your blood carry oxygen. Every time no oxygen in your blood, you're dead. You have a living fire person. We are fire beings. So again, we can say it in the fancy ways we want to say it. But if we truly appreciate the brain of our elders, of our grannies, we can't go wrong. We'll never go wrong. Sometimes we overrate. So you say, oh, Dr. Naif have a PhD like this. You think we can eat a PhD like this. You think if I eat food, you can see it. We overrate academic accreditation. And the very important thing, you know. Because 10 PhD I did by your father. And we know some people who, a real example, I leave your mom a jungle no go. Mom is the poorest person who come from jungle. So I come from jungle. Mom couldn't even afford to take a bus. So it's walk, she walk all her life. I granny dead. I am granny dead. We don't rich and granny dead. And the only person alive is Barbie. It's the longest liver. Why is she the longest liver? She's not eating either, you know. But she the most important exercise. She's walking every day. She's not a bus yet. So, what professor could tell you that? We professor doing those things. We have pain disease most of the time, we have car disease most of the time. Because we drive now the while, so we start getting big, we start getting lazy, we start doing all those things. Then we go pay money to go in our gym, because it's a show with the pan. Yeah, we go in our gym. So it's about looking like. And go long far right to the ones there. We're not going to the gym. We plan that eating is a farmer, is the best exercise. Farming. If you're not farming no food, you're farming food. Let me tell you like that. See? Farming is the best exercise. Why is the best exercise? What if you start farm? People farm that so not. Let me tell you to stop that. I'm talking about the areas I'm showing them to. Check it out. You rise in the morning early. What is the first food you eat when you're born? It's here. What is the last food you eat when you're dead? It's here. The most important food to eat is not just air, it's fresh air. See? So the farmer don't follow that polluted space. As him rise, him going to the farm. Him start to get the air. Them also connected to the ground and the plants. That means him a rebalancing system. The plant itself. Because remember there's a relation between plant and man. We give off oxygen and then consume it. Then we give off oxygen and consume it. Yes? No, we give off carbon dioxide, then consume it. Then give off oxygen and we consume it. There's a relationship. So from the start, you start to eat. You start to eat when you start to plant. Yes, whether you're plowing or you're weeding, you're exercising. It's exercise. Exercise. Don't have to be no strenuous thing. I follow you tell you, say, it's only man alone. Exercise, jerky. Every animal exercise they have a food way. So when you do the yoga then, you realize that all of the yoga poses are based upon the names of animals. Yes? Yeah. So no. You're doing the simple exercise that keeps your body moving. And it's not just a physical exercise anymore. It's also a mental exercise because you're connecting with the plants. People talk to plants. Every farmer talks to plants. Every farmer. But you can't keep miles in the farm. You can't keep miles in the farm. It's not going to grow. You go eat food from people cook. And those people long and that I feel sick. I feel sick. That's what men are moving to that transfer because anything to create and destroy the whole change man. But I give them because people are away. We connect and hold that Mikey giving that book to start vegetarian. Portion more books. See if John. Remember man, the greatest thing in John White is intuition. Don't make it forget that. Things to yourself, get information to yourself. And listen to the I self. Divide it.
Yes, bless the Lord. Having PhD, but you can reach grassroots. With the ITAL Fest, this is inaugural. Yeah, many more years to come. This is a beautiful venue too. All the best of the proprietors of this venue as well. Mr. and Mrs. Brian. Yeah, and I want to thank Michael and Felicia for putting on this ITA Food Fest as a team. So I have 3 giveaways here to give away. But in our culture, we mostly remember things by music or dancing. So I want somebody to create one move of an ITA dance. ITA food dance. Come and say. What move would you make to be pick a ITA food dance? Huh? Give me the scam.
Oh, I thought you wanted us to create it. Alright!
Alright, someone up to that. Here. Someone, you want to get them up. Who want to? Huh? You're creating it. Who else coming up? Alright. Who else want to? Come on. Yes, you in a bag? Yes. Alright, so one give it up. That you want? No, take it. No, take it to fight one. Alright. So earlier we mentioned Mr. and Mrs. Brian being the proprietor of the place, so I stand corrected. The owner came over to me and said there is no Mr. and Mrs. Brian. He didn't wish to disclose his name as yet. It was sold. Alright? Yeah, still one of us still. He's still one of our brother. Huh? Amanda. Alright, get it right now because I'm on stage. Alright? Yeah, so alright, so we have 2 more bags. But we still have more presenters, so we're gonna reserve them. Until so the ITA dance, you catch that on video? Yeah. Huh? Get it on video. Yeah? I radio too.
Yeah,
I love to see everybody smiling because I know that's the whole idea is to make people smile. Right? Smile and what? Smile? Yes, and smile. Similar to the sunshine. And sunshine is one of the ingredients for health. Sunshine, you have exercise, simply spring water, natural water. Of course, you have about trusting in God and temperance, having self-control, the natural air that we breathe, very important, and rest. Do you know that rest is very important to healing the body? You ever wonder why every hospital have a bed in there? Because rest, you can rest at your home when you need to rest. Instead of resting at your home, you go to the hospital. You can resting is part of your body rests and it repairs while you're resting. You know that, right? You also burn calories when you're sleeping. So when you start, use up these simple, free things that we give nature. So, as we talk about healing, the father and the master of raw food here, waiting to share, as he has always done. A guru, yes, Dr. Harris Latham was born in Gatun, Panama Canal Zone. He is a descendant of an African Caribbean family of culinary griots who has become a world-renowned pioneer in the area of wholesome foods. His linguistic and culinary interests have been shared with many diverse people throughout Africa, Asia, the Americas, Australia, the Caribbean. Dr. Harris has mentored multiple individuals globally. Master raw food chef, who is considered the father of the raw food movement in America, founded Sunfire Foods in 1979, originally located in Harlem, USA. He studied at the University of Ghana and New York University. He graduated from College of Staten Island with a bachelor's in education and Spanish. He worked in the public education system for years before moving into health and nutrition. The Sunfire Gourmet has been featured in multiple publications and magazines. He has designed for celebrities, clients, and international. Dr. Ax is currently teaching international array of chefs and Sunfire Gourmet enthusiasts, applying his expertise to innovative food product development, filming for Sunfire TV, and hosting in-person retreats at the Raya Piedra Organic Farm in Panama City. Let's hear it for Dr. KarisMa'atic!
Jamaica, my home. But guess who's coming with dinner? Yes, straight from Africa, Kenya. Kenya. Oh yes. And we have been on our world tour, started in India, Ali's homeland, my homeland, my mother. From India. But in the heart of Africa, journeying for thousands of years. We went through Ethiopia, Kemet, Timbuktu. We run through Spain, we run them people out, we bring them to America, and the journey continues. We're here in Jamaica, man. Yes, born in Panama, but so they call me the gourmet raw food cuisine. Well, them just said the only man that had ever invented a whole cuisine. Ask them, anyone else ever do that? No. But anyway, what we're here to share with you today is the science and the art of sun-fired cuisine. So sun-fired cuisine, right now tonight, we're going to drop the ackee on the side. Soursop, come forward. So we're going to do the fillet of soul sop. We have the ackee in the booth, we have the ackee seafood in the booth, and we have a whole bunch of other rumbles to share with you right here. And of course tomorrow, we're having the Thanksgiving Royal Feast. Yes, 12 courses, everything live. You know, we're operating a stoveless kitchen, but I'm trying to ruin the image right now. They put a stove in the backyard. Because they know anywhere they go, they dash the stove away. But you know, I kick that one right now because we can use it as a prop to put our. So as the stoveless people, Ali, let me drop the seasoning, let me drop the spice. So number one, we're making the batter for the fillet of soul. So right up on the tray, you have the red onion, you have the linseed, we soak the linseed for 12 hours. Yes. We have the seaweed, that one tastes just like seafood. And we have celery, scallion, and we have the black salt. It's pink, you know, but it's still black. They call it black salt. That one you're going to find is from India. The kalanamak, the only salt that you can use that needs the body. So I'm going to drop them 6 ingredients in first, right into our food processor. So what we do, we use modern technology to kick the stove off. Then go way back into the century, the 21st right now. This one stuff with the next century now. So because we use the B rater, when you see the linseed make it look like that. So this is what you want. So you have to fill. And for those of you who just don't the sweetness of the soursop, freeze it. This fillet right here, put it in the freezer tonight, leave it for 24 hours, thaw it out, and pour the syrup off. You get all the sugar off. So it just so. This is someone's try to do this, but they get the green soursop and boil it. You can't get around the sun. The soursop needs to be cooked on the tree. The growing period is the cooking process. So it's the same thing other than green banana. You grab the green banana and you say, Jack, you have to finish it for you. You need help.